Today I will teach you guys how to make my favorite after-school snack, banana chocolate chip muffins. To start, we are going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then begin to prepare our muffin tray by inserting our muffin liners. Once this is done, we will begin to get out all of the necessary ingredients needed to make this recipe. For this recipe, you will need the following: 5 bananas, vanilla extract, baking soda, salted butter, eggs, granulated sugar, light brown sugar, all-purpose flour, kosher salt, and of course, semi-sweet chocolate chips. After you make sure you have all of your ingredients, we are going to prepare all of our kitchen tools. You will need the following: 3 bowls, measuring cups and measuring spoons, a spatula, and a whisk. Now that all of the prep is done, we are going to jump right into the baking. In the smallest bowl, we are going to combine all of our dry ingredients. This will consist of 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. We are going to whisk this until fully combined, meaning all the dry ingredients will look the same color. Set aside your dry ingredients and gather all 5 of your bananas on a clean cutting board. Then you're going to peel each one, and I like to cut off the ends of at least one side of the bananas. And then once this is done, you're going to add the bananas to your medium-sized bowl and start mashing until it has a chunky consistency, kind of how you see right here. Large bowl, we are going to add all of our wet ingredients, which include 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, and then we're going to add 8 tablespoons of salted butter, which is going to be melted. You want to make sure you let that cool, because once you add in our eggs like we're doing now, it could cook them, so you want to be extra cautious of that. So we just added in our 2 large eggs, and then now we are going to add our 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then as we add this, we are going to whisk until fully combined. After that, you can now add your entire serving of mashed bananas into the large bowl that holds the wet ingredients. And then with a spatula, we will use a folding method to combine the bananas. Don't worry, this should look chunky. Now that we have successfully created our wet and dry mixtures, we can move on to the final step of the baking process. Slowly, we're going to add half of the dry mixture into the large bowl containing our wet ingredients and whisk, and then repeat until everything is fully combined. And here you'll see everything is fully combined. And then now on to my favorite part, we are going to be adding the 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and we will be using our spatula to evenly distribute the chocolate chips. Lastly, we must put the batter into each spot on the muffin tray. Using a metal scoop, we are going to take a generous scoop of our batter and put it into the tray. I like to try to keep the liner filled until about halfway. Otherwise, when we bake it, there's a possibility for the muffins to overflow onto the pan, which wouldn't be good, so we want to try to avoid that. And then after that, we will add the final touches to our batter. We will use some granulated sugar to sprinkle an even coat on each individual muffin. This also forms a nice crust on the outside when you are done baking them. Now that everything is complete, it's time to place our muffins into the oven for about 20 minutes. And then once that 20 minutes is up, we are going to use an oven mitt and carefully take out our muffins out of the oven. And then we are going to place our muffins on a drying rack so they can thoroughly cool. And there you have it, my favorite after school snack.